to officially welcome you all to April in Minnesota. Woke up to a fresh 2-3 inches of snow on the ground. Yet, this afternoon, it's supposed to be 50 degrees. It's a beautiful day in central Minnesota, April. And guess what? Yep, we got a boil going. Middle of April. Never done one this late before, but we got a boil going. I was hesitant to start another boil. Yesterday, Paige and David were down, and they helped me collect 155 gallons of sap. So what's a boy supposed to do with 150 plus the 100 I already have? That's 250 gallons of sap. You really can't just throw it away, can you? So we got us a good old central Minnesota maple syrup boil going. It's a beautiful day. Hey, by the way, welcome back to Mixed Wild Retirement Adventures. It's about the homestead, living off the land here as best we can. Thank you. Welcome back. All right, so far the boil's going great. I have added, let's see, I just added 15 gallons. And the last couple times I've added about 10. So the boil's going a lot hotter now. You gotta get that sap really hot, then it starts boiling faster. But right, the last time I boiled about 15 gallons in maybe 45 minutes. So I'll be back out again soon and keep her going. I'm actually probably gonna have to go out and collect a little bit more sap. And I'm starting with about, looks like 250 gallons. So might get a little bit more than that, hopefully get 300. I'm gonna do it overnight again, like I've done in the past. Come out a bunch of times, 3 times. Keep the boil going, and probably end it in the morning. We got some snow and more rain coming tomorrow afternoon, so end her today, or end her tomorrow morning. All right, so we've gone through about 150 gallons of sap. I went out and got about 35 gallons more just to make sure I have enough for the overnight boil. I should. I'd rather have extra than not enough. The reason for that is you don't want to finish it at 2 in the morning. I wouldn't mind finish at 6 a.m., but I don't want to finish it at 2 in the morning, so at least take it off of this and get it ready for the finishing pan. So I gotta time it perfectly so that it's done around 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, something like that. So we'll see. Just keep adding more until I figure out the time to stop adding. So I'll run those numbers soon. All right, so I just ran through the numbers, and so far I've evaporated about 160 gallons. So, and unfortunately, that includes what's in here, and it's down about 2 inches already. So, I'm gonna go to bed at 9, come out at midnight, and at midnight, Lori and I determined we want 7 inches because I evaporate about 1 inch an hour. So we're gonna get up at 5 o'clock and take this off. Lori's got to go to work in the morning, so do I. So we'll do this tomorrow morning early before work, get it done. So where I go, the steam comes off. So yeah, that's our plan. Midnight to have 7 inches. By 5 o'clock, I'll burn off 5. That's 2 inches left. We'll strain what we've got and work with that. So that's what we're gonna do in the morning. Kind of have a plan now. All right, so each one of the Schaefers holds about 5 gallons. So I emptied both of those two into the boiling evaporator. That's about 10 gallons I just added. So another thing that happens is you get a little kind of foamy scum on top of the syrup as it's boiling. Kind of creates a foam, and so you always scoop that off. All right, that's it. We're set to go. I'm going to add just a couple more pieces of wood. Then might be good until, well, I'll come out every hour until 9 o'clock. Then I'll come back out 9 o'clock midnight. So add a couple pieces of wood. All right, set to go. All right, this is the 9 p.m. stoking of the fire. Still steaming good. Do some measuring. Oh yeah, she went way down. That's good. Okay, it's at about 7.5. Went way down in 1 hour. Have to take out of the third one here. I'm thinking it evaporated about 13 gallons in an hour. Place that. Oh man, that's heavy. All right, everybody. This is the midnight feeding. But this one's crucial because we want 7 inches of sap. I can't add too much water. Or I can't add too much sap because then it won't be done in time tomorrow morning. So the first thing to do is to measure the sap depth. Alright, we're at about 6.5 inches, so I can add a little bit of sap. I can add about half an inch worth. Alright, the foam out. Now we need to add a little bit of sap. Half an inch worth. That should be about 5 gallons. So one of these. Let's see where we're at with that. All right, we're exactly at 7 inches. Now get some wood in here. We got a lot of coals in there. So these babies start as soon as you put them in there. These are those heavier oak ones that I saved for at night. Whew. Smoke in the eyes. Not good. Okay, got this one. All right, we are good to go. Push this ember back in there. go. All right, back to bed. Stoked, 7 inches. Good to go, she'll be boiling in no time. End of the midnight feeding. We'll see you folks at 3 a.m. Alright, this is the 3 a.m. Feed the fire adventure. It's kind of torturous coming out here, getting woken up every 3 hours. But, what to do? Yeah, she's still losing a lot of steam. See where we're at with the measuring thing. Ruler. Can't tell. Steam won't stop enough to check it out. Four and a half. Three. 4.5, 2.5. That's about right. All right, we are good to go. You can feel it thicker, that's for sure. Well, it's a 4 o'clock adventure. Big thing now is checking the depth and prepping to take the sap out. But I'm just going to check the depth right now, make sure there's enough wood in there to keep it really hot. Then I'm going to go and have a cup of coffee. Won't take me long to prep. The trailer's right there. Get my ruler. Need the steam to stop so I can see the ruler. There we go. It didn't go down as much as I wanted it to. All right, Lori and I got it off of the big evaporator, and now we're finishing it in the garage. I brought it in the garage because it's supposed to rain. So we're going to boil it down here a little bit further. Then we'll get her canned, which is boiling away beautifully. We'll continue on with the evaporation. All right, well, Lori and I both had to work today, so we got it all set up this morning, then we both went to work. Came home and started boiling it again. We've also added those 2 pails full of sap into here. So we are just going to keep evaporating it down until it turns into syrup and then bottle it tonight. Just let her keep boiling. She's boiling really good right now. Eventually I'll take all that foam off of there, but just going to let her simmer like this for a little while. We're hoping to get 4 to 5 gallons out of this. We'll see how it turns out. Alright, so I thought I'd show you what happens when it's starting to get close. I showed you before the bubbles are getting a little smaller, but watch. See how it foams like that as I do this? It's getting really close now. Taking that foam off, but I'm making more foam at the same time, so. Getting super, super close. I'm actually going to go get the hydrometer and give it a test. I don't think it's ready yet, but you can see the bubbles are getting smaller. It's super close. But I'll be right back. I'm going to get the hydrometer. I got to use warm water on that because if you go cold into this hot boiling stuff, it'll break the hydrometer. The glass will shatter. So I'm going to get out of the house. Come right back. All right, we're going to see if she's going to float at all. See if she's ready to float. Whoop, a little bit too much in there. Oh boy. Hopefully you can see that, but we are 1 degree away from taking it off. I gotta go tell Lori. Five minutes probably. That's cool. Pour this back in there. All right. We are going to test it one more time. I don't think it's quite ready, but our propane tank went empty, so we'll probably finish it in the house. See where we're at. Just went out. I don't know if you heard the propane tank go up, but it just went out. Okay, hopefully you can see that it is half. It's like 60.5, and usually we take it to 61. So we're going to bring it in, filter it right now, and take it into the house. All right, so this by far is the most tedious part that we do. I don't know what we're doing wrong with the filters, if anybody has any ideas, but this takes us forever. We constantly wash out the filters in warm water once they stop draining, but man, we've literally been out here for 30 minutes probably draining 5 gallons maybe. I don't know what we're doing wrong. And it worked great last weekend, but not this weekend. But maybe it's cold and damp. I don't know if that's going to do it or not, but it's cold and wet and raining. It's coming out, but it's just almost a slow or fast drip, I'll call it. All right, so filtering this time was a struggle. First 2 times it went well. That took about at least half an hour to get it filtered. We're thinking that we got about 5 gallons. There's that there, plus we have 4 jars by the sink that don't fit in there, so we're going to give those to friends this weekend. But we are heating that back up. We want to measure the water or the hydrometer reading one more time before we bottle it, just to make sure that while it was sitting on the heat, it didn't go too far and crystallize. So we're just going to start bottling here once it heats up and take it from there. Alright, Lori is filling the bottles, and she's not using a funnel because she can get it right to the top. Otherwise it's hard to get it right to the top. So you want to fill them right to the rim so there's no foam. Put the cap on. They're boiling hot, so they'll disinfect themselves, and then she's going to lay them on the table and tip them on their side so they seal. About 5 gallons worth of these to do tonight. Another thing that happens is Lori fills them right to the top when they're hot, but as they cool they constrict and get smaller, so it actually seals the bottles like a vacuum. So these are all safety caps we put on them. So pretty cool. Alright, one other thing we have to do is take the foam off. You don't want foam in your bottles, so Lori will spoon off the foam as it forms in the warmer, the stainless steel stock pot. So it comes all off and doesn't get in the jars. Alright, that's the clarity of our syrup. Another really clean batch, another beautiful, beautiful maple syrup. This time we got about 5 gallons, a little over 5 gallons. So that's the end of the season. Another 250 gallons evaporated, made into syrup. Here we go. Well, everyone, it's been a long day. Probably 9:15 by the time Lori and I cleaned everything up. Getting ready for bed. So total, I believe we did around 800 gallons of sap this year. That's down from last year. We did about 1,100 last year. But we're done. That's 3 overnights. So I really don't know how many gallons we've made. It's gotta be 13 gallons, 14, 15 gallons, something like that of syrup. So, but thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. The next video, we are going to show you how to make maple syrup sugar. So stay tuned for that. Thanks again for watching. Well, good morning, everybody. One more thing. Winter just won't go away here in northern Minnesota. In the YouTube world, there's a magic number, 1,000 subscribers. And I have a friend and fellow YouTuber, Mark Pro, has a video or a channel that he is very close to that 1,000 mark. And if anyone who subscribes to mine would love to help out another YouTuber, go check out Mark Pro. He just posted a video about some walleye fishing on the Wisconsin River in Wisconsin. And he's got a really touching tribute at the end to his dog, Pixie. 15-year-old, looked like a black lab or some type of a mix, but very touching tribute. And those of us who have lost a pet know exactly what he went through. So if you get a chance, check out Mark Pro's channel. And if you do me a favor and subscribe, that would be great. Let's try and get Mark to 1,000 subscribers. Have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in central Minnesota.